2021 has been a challenging year across the globe. Unfortunately, the pandemic is still dominating many of our lives. But the year wasn't all doom and gloom. There were still stories of success and greatness. Stories that helped distract our minds from the unpleasant news coverage that we have become so familiar with these last couple of years. Even though the pandemic has made life a lot harder in recent times, the urge for knowledge beyond our planet persevered. Many of you may think of 2021 as a year to forget, but before you do, let's look at some of the high points, the moments when human ambition pushed the boundaries. Let's look at some of the most significant space discoveries and breakthroughs of 2021. 2021 was a busy year for our red neighbour, Mars. 3 landmark robotic missions arrived at the planet, the first being the United Arab Emirates Hope Orbiter. Hope will look at changes in the planet's weather patterns over days, months and years, and build the first ever global map of the Martian atmosphere. Then we saw China's Tianwen-1 mission arrive at Mars, which successfully landed the Chang'e rover. The mission was uniquely ambitious, as no other nation had ever tried to send an orbiter and rover to Mars on their first attempt, but China succeeded, marking an historic moment in space exploration. The biggest Martian story, however, came from NASA when they successfully landed the Perseverance rover in a region called the Jezero crater, the site of a dried-up lakebed and river delta. The rover is designed to study rock and sediment, aiding in the search for ancient microbial life. Perseverance has already achieved a lot during its short time on Mars, such as successfully converting carbon dioxide to oxygen using a device called MOXIE, collecting the first ever rock samples from the red planet's dusty surface, and releasing Ingenuity, an ultra-lightweight helicopter that has now flown over a dozen times in the thin Martian atmosphere, marking the first ever flight on another planet. It wasn't just planets that we explored during 2021, we also explored a star when NASA's Parker Solar Probe made history by becoming the first spacecraft to touch the Sun. The scorched probe flew through the corona, the blazing upper atmosphere that surrounds the Sun, and gathered data on its hostile environment. It has currently dipped in and out of the corona at least 3 times and collected atmospheric particles in a special instrument, an achievement that some scientists have said is as big as when we landed on the Moon. Incredibly, we also got to see a time-lapse revealing Parker's view as it swooped past the Sun. The footage is made up of individual images captured during the probe's closest approach, showing us zooming streaks of electrically charged gas and plasma called coronal streamers. In the background, if you look carefully, you can see the cloudy band of the Milky Way galaxy, along with Mars, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Jupiter. But the Solar Parker probe hasn't finished yet, because it still has 4 more years of data to collect, so we can expect to see many more spectacular images of our star in the future. Throughout 2021, over 500 new exoplanets were also announced, bringing the total to 4,884 confirmed worlds beyond our solar system, and many of them are truly bizarre. Take GJ367b for example. This distant planet may essentially be a glowing orb of half-molten iron, 3/4 the size of Earth. The newfound alien world orbits a small, dim, red dwarf star extremely close and completes one orbit every 7.7 hours. That means that 1 year on this planet is only 7.7 hours long. Another strange exoplanet confirmed in 2021 is labelled 2M0437b and is one of the youngest worlds discovered so far. This amazing image reveals the baby planet, which is just a few million years old, shining in the reflected light of its parent star. Astronomers may have also detected a planet outside of our galaxy, making it the first extragalactic world potentially ever to be observed. Named M51 ULS-1b, the giant extragalactic exoplanet lies 28 million light-years away in the magnificent whirlpool galaxy called Messier 51. But it's not just hellish, uninhabitable exoplanets that we have discovered in 2021, because astronomers have identified a new class of world called Hycean planets. These worlds could be habitable, but are not rocky like Earth. Instead, they are covered in oceans and hydrogen-rich atmospheres. Researchers have singled out one particular exoplanet called K2-18b, which could be the most promising Hycean planet discovered so far, and will potentially be investigated by the newly launched James Webb Space Telescope. Which brings me perfectly to Christmas Day, when after decades of work and billions of dollars, the world witnessed the successful launch of the James Webb Space Telescope, the most complex telescope ever sent into space. With 100 times more sensitivity than Hubble, Webb can detect infrared light coming from galaxies as they formed 13.5 billion years ago, in the aftermath of the Big Bang. It will peer further into the universe than ever before, revealing the first galaxies, the birth of stars and exoplanets, and possibly even help in the search for life beyond Earth. Webb will be able to observe these ancient cosmic structures because of its enormous gold mirror, which intercepts red and infrared light as it travels through space. The giant tennis court-sized sunshield is designed to keep Webb extremely cold, blocking the sun's rays and allowing the telescope to observe very faint signals from distant objects. Although Webb successfully launched into space, there is still a risky journey ahead. Over the next month, it will travel nearly 1 million miles, which is 1.5 million kilometers away, slowly unfolding and reshaping as it approaches its final location, known as the second Lagrange point, or L2. Then, around half a year from now, the James Webb Space Telescope will start its routine science observations and begin sending data to Earth, including beautiful, never-seen-before images of the universe. Many other space discoveries and breakthroughs occurred in 2021, such as the giant leap forward in space tourism, which saw Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin and SpaceX each fly their first tourist-focused missions. We even got to see William Shatner boldly go where no other 90-year-old has gone before. Scientists revealed for the first time the presence of magnetic fields around a black hole. And we saw a new mission launched that is designed to test technologies that prevent asteroids from colliding with Earth. And that's just to mention a few. 2021 once again did not disappoint when it comes to space exploration, and I for one cannot wait to find out what we will discover in 2022.